Good day, everyone. I'm Ivan, the moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone to today's webinar, Mastering EM and Modifier 255995 for 2026 Boost Revenue Avoid Audits. I want to introduce our presenter for today, Dawson Ballard Jr. Dawson Ballard is a highly respected leader in the medical coding field, holding over 20 years of hands-on experience in CPT codes, ICD-10-CM, and HCPCS coding, auditing, and education. Dawson holds multiple industry recognized credentialing including RHIA, CCSP, CPC, CPMA, and is an AAPC Fellow, recognized for his extensive experience and continued contributions to the coding profession. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Dawson.
Thank you, Ivan. Greatly appreciate that intro. And hello, everybody. Thanks so much for taking the time to join today to talk about modifiers 25, 59, and 95. We all know from being in the revenue cycle industry that these modifiers, particularly 25 and 59, can be extremely problematic. There are a lot of times that providers don't understand the correct use of these modifiers, or they're applied incorrectly, leading to audits on the back end and potential repayments on the back end. That some providers just simply utilize them for the purposes of getting paid without actually following the rules around them. And a lot of payers, especially OIG, is also starting to scrutinize these modifiers. So today we're going to walk through the correct usage of the modifiers 25, 95, and 59. We're going to talk about how to reduce denials and audit risk and reinforce our documentation requirements. What are these modifiers? How are they applied? What is the correct usage? I have some clinical examples I'm also going to show you for these modifiers, and then at the end we'll have a Q&A. So let's start off with modifier 25, one of the most commonly used modifiers in the coding industry. Now, the AMA has also issued some guidance specifically around modifier 25, that there could be two scenarios to which modifier 25 is typically utilized. Another example, we have a global surgery package, and there are certain things in terms of preoperative visits that are bundled into the global surgery package. Then we have our NCCI rules. Let me give you a couple of case scenarios to kind of walk you through how modifier 25 could be utilized. Now let's talk about modifier 95. Modifier 95, by definition, again in CPT 2026, is used for telemedicine. It's for a synchronous telemedicine service that is rendered via a real-time interactive audio and video telecommunication system. So we're going to report the correct E&M level, 99202 through 205 or 212 through 215, and append the modifier 95. Modifier 59, one of the most often misused modifiers in the coding industry. It is for a distinct procedural service, and it says under certain circumstances, it may be necessary to indicate that a procedure or service was distinct or independent from other non-E&M services performed on the same day. Modifier 59 is used to identify procedures or services other than E&M that are not normally reported together, but are appropriate under the circumstances. Modifier 59 allows two separate services or procedures which would normally be prohibited by NCCI edits to reside on the same claim and both of them to be paid. What can you use modifier 59 for? What is an appropriate use? A different session. But then Novitas also goes on to give us some inappropriate uses of modifier 59. But I wanted to just kind of give a very brief wrap up here. Modifier 25, being very heavily scrutinized by both payers, especially Medicare, and the OIG. It's always on the OIG's target list. Modifier 25 should not be a modifier that is used for all E&M in conjunction with a procedure. 95, telemedicine services, refer to Appendix P in the back of your CPT book. Modifier 59, often abused and misused modifier. Used whenever there is a distinct site, a distinct procedure. So I hope that this has been helpful. When using the modifiers, just please make sure that the documentation clearly supports their use. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dawson. That concludes the session for today. Thank you everyone for participating. You may all disconnect now. Have a great day.